Hey guys, welcome to the movie Epidemic. I'm Buck Duke, and we have our guest host, as always. Chadley forgot to watch Kung Fury Fox.
I 100. We were gonna do Kung Fury this week, and I watched the other movies, and then totally forgot that Kung Fury was a thing, so I didn't watch Kung Fury.
No,
But
that's okay. There's always, I
I'll
guess.
I'll watch it. I'll watch it for next week. It's a short movie. It won't take up much of my time. You know,
You know
I
how last week we thought, or last episode we thought we were going way over time. Looked
Mhm.
at it after exactly an hour.
Oh, goddamn fucking rights, man.
Thought we
I did
lost it, but we did not.
down to a science. Down to a science, my friend. We're um we're what
So what do
some
you got?
people might
What are we
call
talking about today? What are we talking about today, Chadley?
we're gonna talk about some shitty movies, and so we're gonna first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna chat about a movie called Run All Night. That'll be fun. A lot of good stuff in there. Then we're gonna do top five William H Macy movies, because God bless William H Macy.
Toss him a GB.
Toss him a G, toss him a GB. Then, on the note of William H Macy, we're going to talk about Jurassic Park 3, which I'm going to say right now did not make my top five. Um, and then the latest from Dave Franco and Vince Vaughn, Unfinished Business. And I got a lot of words.
Dave Franco
Many.
kisses a wiener.
He sure
Kisses a
does,
finger.
dude. Yeah, there's three witch fingers. Nick Frost has his big meaty witch finger out in that movie, and then they mention it every minute on the minute for like the rest of the movie.
I think
That
it's
he's
a.
got a.
I think it was a stunt finger.
I would imagine. I don't think Nick Frost A would have a wiener that big, and B would shove it through a hole just for cinema.
Well, you never know.
You never know. You never know. Nick Frost might have a giant frost giant dick. True, true. So let's talk about the niece. God bless Liam Neeson. So
Uh-huh.
he was in this fucking movie called Run All Night, and Ed Harris was also in it. We've seen a lot of these action dad movies that Liam Neeson puts on, and you know what? Of all the scripts that Liam Neeson has agreed to without reading first, this is probably one of the better ones.
I would say so. It's better than the last couple we watched, like Walk Among the Tombstones and Taken 3.
You know,
Uh,
it's still nothing like super special, but like it's exactly what's advertised. It's fucking just Liam Neeson running a bunch. And
yeah, he
if
runs a lot in it.
if you want more than just Liam Neeson like running, you know what this equates to me is that this is like the Liam Neeson version of John Wick, but not as good.
Yeah, yeah, I would agree with that.
There's
It's
there's a
kind of similar vibe, similar vibe.
and there's a lot of parallels, like former assassin kills his former boss's son, and then takes down the entire syndicate type thing.
Also, whatever that fucking Denzel Washington movie was, it was kind of like that too.
Oh, the Equalizer, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Equalizer. Great film.
Equalizer, of all of those three films, though, I think Equalizer might be the best one. Uh, just
Yeah, I
because
would
just because
say so.
Denzel just kills it. I know a lot of people give a lot of love to John Wick, and I do love John Wick, but I
Oh
think
no,
I'd give it to
Equalizer's better. I saw it. I saw
yeah.
it a lot. I saw it maybe twice in theaters. I can't remember.
It's incredible. That's fucking pulling a full Chadley Shrek, because I saw Shrek 4 times in theaters.
Jesus. But you haven't seen Mad Max once yet. That's unreal.
No, no, not yet. I got to see it. Well, I'm seeing Jurassic World this weekend, so now I don't know when I'm gonna get to see Mad Max. I don't know. I don't know when I'll get to see it. I'm a I'm a
That's the
busy
only
man.
movie. It's the only movie I want to do on this show, and this fucking guy can't go see one goddamn movie. It's 2 hours,
Top.
Charlie.
Are we gonna do top four Mad Max movies when we do Fury Road?
Yeah. Number
Hey
one,
man.
Thunderdome.
Yeah. Oh, dude, Hundo, fucking Thunderdome would be number one. Hundo Dome.
Yeah, Master Blaster.
So let's talk about some of the acting in this movie. You got Liam Neeson, and let's be honest, he's incredible.
Well,
He's Like he's so good in this movie. Like he's good in every movie, but like he wasn't the Gray good, but he was so good.
Yeah, that's true.
Um,
He was really, really gruff, real gruff in this. Like he was deeper than usual.
yeah, a little bit. But here's the fucking thing, because I couldn't get over this for like 15 minutes. I had to pause. I had to stop watching the movie because that like third scene is one of the most fucking insane things that I've ever seen in my life, where Liam Neeson gets wasted as shit and then is like
Yeah,
Santa Claus at the birthday party, and then he's trying to pick up that dude's wife as Santa Claus.
that was
That's
pretty good.
that's probably one of the most insane. That was like the Gray level of insanity, dude. Like that was wild.
Oh, speaking of the Gray, go to my profile in Letterboxd right now. It's pretty good.
Do we have a new Gray review?
Yeah, we do. Sort of.
Okay, what am I looking for here?
Just take a look at it.
It's loading, man. You gotta give it time.
Everybody go to letterbox.com/JesusHMacy.
all, all of his favorite films are the Gray. Everyone, four of them.
I'm glad I remembered that because I knew your reaction would be pretty funny. So.
Woo! I also like that your bio just says Liam Neeson.
True. So
are you trying to bet? Oh.
Okay, you can get off your phone now. You can get off your phone now. But you know what? One thing I really liked in this Run All Night movie was there's like some cool cinematography when it came to like they did like these Google map shots. Did you notice that?
Yeah, I really like that. I really like that in movies. I've seen that in a few other movies. I couldn't name one just off the top of my head, but I have seen that in a few other movies, and I think it's a really unique and interesting way to transition from scene to scene. There was another part that I specifically wanted to mention where I thought the cinematography was really powerful, and that is the point where Liam Neeson calls Ed Harris and basically tells him that, you know, his son is dead. And then you sort of have like this silent scene where you have Ed Harris telling his wife, you know, our kid is dead, and it's slowly zooming out and seeing their despair. And as it's zooming out, you can like see pictures of Ed Harris and his son. And I thought it was really powerful the way that they did that.
There's some good filmmaking in here. Still not a great film, but there's stuff I liked about it.
What's really the problem with this movie, I think, like the main problem with this movie is there wasn't really like a defined bad guy. Like Sean Maguire, the Ed Harris character, he wasn't really a bad guy. You know, he was just a guy doing his job. And the only defined bad guy that I can think of was the assassin with like the laser gun. hey, like the fucking, like, why did that guy have so much future shit? Like, what year was this? What fucking year is this? He had like that eye patch that let him see in the dark, and it's like, whoa, when did this become a sci-fi? Like, I was pretty sure this was just Liam Neeson running around modern day New York.
I think this would have been a perfect like 90-minute film, but
yeah, that's
almost 2 hours.
Is it?
Fuck you. That's too long.
Yeah, the first hour definitely could have been condensed quite a bit. The first hour, a little bit dry. Those last 40 minutes, though, man, like, buckle up, because
it's true.
It's fun. There's like the part where he's beating the shit out of the black guy in House Fire, and then there's a part. There's another climax. Oh yeah, where he goes into the bar and just kills every person. And
that was pretty good.
One thing I thought strange was, you know, like they went to that apartment building to look for that little kid because he had the proof that Michael was innocent or whatever. So they went to that apartment building looking for that little kid, and then you know, they find out that he's not there, and then they're just like, all right, let's go to your uncle's house. Are we just giving up looking for the kid? Like, are we just not gonna look for the kid anymore? okay, guess we're just going to our uncle's house. You want to know why? Because the uncle has some exposition to say. And like it was a little bit contrived at that point where I'm like, okay, I feel like they'd at least like, maybe check the boxing ring. This kid's just witnessed a murder. He's kind of fucked up right now. He might just go somewhere comfortable, maybe not just his home. Stop doing that. He won't just go to his home. Maybe he'll go to the boxing ring. Check other places. Don't just go to your uncle's house. What the fuck?
Yeah. Yeah, well, it's advertising, and he's going to be running in it. This is what what I expected from this movie.
Yeah, no, I feel like it is exactly what you think it's going to be. Liam Neeson running, and there's guns involved, and it's Action Dad v Action Dad, really.
Oh, what was the Tombstone? That I thought was going to be something. Okay, Chadley's dead. I guess Chadley's super. Dead.
No. I'm still here. I just turned my bandwidth down a little bit. But no.
All the porn. I guess.
Yes, I gotta stop all the downloads right now. I don't know. Walk Among Tombstones. It wasn't as good as Run All Night. It really wasn't. But I don't know. This movie, Run All Night, there was a lot of really good character dynamic that I liked. Like I certainly enjoyed the dynamic between Liam Neeson and Ed.
It's that bad.
What?
You're just inaudible because your internet's so bad.
No, my internet's good, man.
Why isn't it working then? Why isn't it working?
I don't know.
Okay.
Somebody in your household's playing Counter-Strike, all right?
Okay, but why would that affect your stream coming into me? Why would that affect your stream?
Oh, it doesn't. No, I turned off my video to get rid of bandwidth. You fool.
All right, just keep going.
Okay, what was it talking about? Oh yeah, I really like the character dynamics between Ed Harris and Liam Neeson. I like the character dynamic between Liam Neeson and his son, but there wasn't like they weren't really characters other than Liam Neeson and Ed Harris. Like his son wasn't really a character, right? Wasn't really. It was just kind of a guy, just stock guy, and that's fine, I guess. But if you're gonna put so much focus on his son, maybe write his son a little bit better.
Yeah, all the like supporting characters had no depth whatsoever.
And like the uncle character might be my least favorite character in the movie because he literally is just there to be like, gruff plot point. And it's like, okay, great. I'm glad that we're moving this story forward, but who the fuck are you?
Yeah, it was out of place, that's for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Hundo. So, I mean, I guess I wouldn't say 100% fuck no on this movie. Like, in fact, I would probably say like 70% fuck yes. I don't know. It's a decent movie. It's Liam Neeson running around and shooting people in the face. And,
if you like Neeson, you'll probably like this movie, I would say.
Yeah. And if you like things like the Equalizer and like John Wick, this will probably be watchable.
It's Action Dad. It's an Action Dad.
Yeah, it's Action Dad on Action Dad, pretty much.
That's a new genre.
I remember
that is just it's really populating itself right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Ed Harris is going to be the next famous Action Dad.
I wouldn't go that far.
We started watching this movie, and at the very beginning, it's sort of that thing where he's a sad little guy and he's just asking for money, and then they make him be Santa Claus and whatnot, and my girlfriend's like, what do you think's gonna happen? And I said, well, I bet you any money he's gonna be a dad. Turns out, well, the movie's all about him. The movie is like exclusively about him being an action dad.
Well, he is the undisputed action dad star. It all started with Taken, and after that, dads are like, oh, we can be action stars still, and that's kind of where it started.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing: is that I've seen a lot of action dad movies. This might be the most, under definition, the most action dad movie I've ever seen in my life.
Well, Taken. I would say Taken.
Okay, yeah, Taken's pretty action dad too, but this one's like it's just about him being a dad. Like that's all it's about, really. But it's fun, and Liam Neeson is hella good in it. But he it looks like he's losing mass. You know what I mean? Like he's becoming a skinny little man.
He's not. He was big as shit recently, so it's a little jarring. That was a little jarring. That's for sure.
Yeah, it's like he's got some sort of illness, which
Oh no! Do you think the niece has cancer?
No, I don't think the niece is capable of getting cancer. Yeah. Honestly,
well, he'll never die. That's for sure.
He'll never die. He'll never die. So yeah, I mean, yeah, I'd say check this movie out. It's pretty fun. Want to move on to our top 5?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so William H. Macy, obviously one of the best actors in Hollywood. He's done a lot of bad shit though. Like he's been in a lot of trash.
More so recently.
Yeah, like Marmaduke. I'd say Marmaduke's like up there at the top.
There was one year where he was blowing the doors off cinema, and that was 1997. I have 3 movies from 1997 on my list.
I think I've got a couple. I got 2 from 1997. I don't know if they're actually. I just know they're generally from that era. But yeah, 1997. That was William H. Macy's year.
I also have one from 1996.
Like New Year's 1997 heading into 1998, William H. Macy was like, this is it, man, I'm about to blow up. I've made it. It's all uphill from here. But then Shorts by Robert Rodriguez. Yeah, Old Dogs. What was that one he did? Wild Hogs.
Oh yeah, that's what it was.
With Travolta. Yeah.
I think that movie though.
I think Old Dogs was also Travolta. Yeah, he had the iMac tattoo.
Yeah.
I remember you and I went to see Wild Hogs at the theater together.
Yeah, because William H. Macy was in it. We're like, how could this be bad?
Yeah, that's actually the exact reason we went to see it, is because William H. Macy was in it. And it turns out, no good. We still weren't aware of the fact that he was going downhill. But he's done some good movies. Why don't I start off this week? I'm going to start off with my number 5 is a little indie movie. You might not have heard of it because very few people have. My number 5 is Bart Got a Room.
Oh, that's my number 5, baby.
Oh, fucking A, man. Little indie flick. Bart Got a Room. It's got Alias Shawkat. And then Brandon Hardesty, who after this movie, his career just flew, it just took off. He starred in such things as American Pie, The Book of Love, and Scorpion King 4 straight to DVD.
Whoa. What? I missed. I missed that whole section.
Oh, I just said Brandon Hardesty was in that movie, and then his career just took right off. He was in American Pie, Book of Love, and the straight to DVD Scorpion King 4. Just nothing but, you fucking bet your ass he was. Straight to DVD.
Man. I was really hoping that guy would take off. I was really hoping he'd take off.
I thought Brandon Hardesty was going to take off, and then he just kind of, like, it felt to me like he was just so excited about being in Hollywood that he accepted any script that was slapped in front of his face, no matter how shitty.
I get it.
Too bad.
Well, Hollywood's competitive, and he's a self-trained actor, so I get it. But
yeah, I mean, like, yeah, he's not. He doesn't have any. He doesn't have any like formal. What's the word I'm looking for? Formal training.
I wonder whatever happened.
Was that? Say that again.
Is he on YouTube? Is he on YouTube anymore? What happened to him?
Yeah, I don't know. Like, is he still doing his little reenactments?
Because like he was during that, I remember this specifically. He worked at a grocery store while he was making them.
Yeah.
So like, what does he do now? Does he run the grocery store?
We used to like be a part of like his like very select forum, like back when Brandon Hardesty first started doing shit. And then he kind of got famous and forgot all of the little people. But as you do, right? As you do. I don't blame him. I don't blame him. Brandon Hardesty, that's just a guy who I think he's done for. You know, his career's done before it's even began. You know,
Well, it's unfortunate, but
it's a
God
sad
bless.
story.
God
There'll,
bless.
there'll be
God bless.
there'll be an E Hollywood exclusive on him in like 15 years about
Bark
like
on a Room was fucking a great film, though. We might as well get back
yeah
to
no
that.
yeah no it's absolutely fantastic. I think Cheryl Hines is in it as well, alongside fucking William H Macy, and he's like a super fucking fun dad in that movie. That's what I like about it. Is that he's like he did the fun dad thing. Neeson does action dad. Macy does fun dad.
Absolutely.
And like he was like trying to get his son trying to get his son laid and stuff like that. Like it's gold stuff that you just can't make up.
Bark on a Room. Bark on a Room.
Yeah. I also really like that the title of that film is referencing a character who's in it for maybe 1 second. maybe 1 second. But anyway, that's number 5. My number 4 is a little animated movie. My number 4 is The Wind Rises.
Oh yeah, it's been on a lot of your lists.
Yeah, I put that one on. I don't know. I have a lot of fond memories of watching that movie. You know, I think that's one that I'm going to hold on to for a while.
You had fun watching that 4 months ago? You had a lot of fun memories from watching it 4 months ago?
No, I just mean like, I think that's one that I'm going to take with me for a while because, you know, it was fantastic. It was very well written, visually appealing, and very well acted, of course, by my boy, William H. Macy. And then Werner Herzog was in it as well.
Less good by Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Yeah, Joseph Gordon-Levitt. He could have gone more than 20, but that's cool. I mean, everyone else was.
He was too busy working on a crowdsourced movie on his website.
Yeah, that's like what I like about like John Krasinski is that he might not be a very good actor, but he goes hundo in everything he's in.
100%, yeah.
But Joseph Gordon-Levitt has started going like
License to Wed, hundo, dude.
Yeah, he went hundo. Not a good movie, but he went hundo. But Joseph Gordon-Levitt, he was like really good at the beginning of his career with things like that Batman movie he was in, and like 50-50. No, I've heard it's quite good though. I think I heard that from you. But
probably see Brick.
But Joseph Gordon-Levitt, he was going like
also Rain Johnson's first movie, I think so.
But like like I was saying, he went hundo in like his first few movies, and then he realized, oh shit, I'm a famous dude now. People want me whether or not I give a garbage performance or not. So he's been going 60 in all the movies he's done. Like what was that? What was the bike one? What was that called? Premium Rush.
Premium Rush with Michael Shannon.
Michael Shannon.
There's a way to ruin
like
any movie.
I don't know who like. Does Michael Shannon have acting like training in acting? Because he's awful.
But imagine not, dude. I gotta look that up. There's no way.
There's no fucking way he ever attended a university or college. Shit, dude, I'd be surprised if he was in like fucking high school drama class. Like that's how god awful Michael Shannon. There are people from my personal high school drama class that could act circles around Michael Shannon. Did he do it? Did he do it?
I don't think he went to school, but
not even like K to 12.
He started as he went to high school in Chicago. He started stage acting in Chicago. I don't know. Doesn't show any formal training, which makes a lot of sense.
we could probably come to the conclusion Michael Shannon does not have
formal
training.
People are like, no, he's been in good things. It's like, yeah, but what has he been good in? You're gonna have to like direct me towards that.
Yeah, if there's a movie where Michael Shannon gives a decent performance, I'm interested to see how that would play out.
Because I've seen, I don't know, maybe like 10 movies he's been in, and he's been the worst part of all of them for sure.
Oh, fucking hundo, dude. And you know what? Being the worst part of Man of Steel was probably a difficult feat because it was such a shitty movie, but he pulled it off, dude. He pulled off being the worst part of a garbage film.
Yeah, there's people that like that movie, which is unbelievable to me.
No, I don't. I don't understand. I don't understand how you could watch that and be like, yeah, that's exactly what I was looking for.
My number four is a little indie movie that was made in 1997, wasn't released for about 10 years later. This is called Colin Fitz Lives. You ever heard of this movie?
Colin, no, I've never even heard of this.
Well, you
It was
probably
made.
wouldn't have because it was originally called Colin Fitz. Uh, Premiered at Sundance or something. Got picked up like 10, and it got released in 2010 on Netflix and some other video on demands. They called it Colin Fitz Lives because this little joke was never released for like 20 or 10 years or whatever. Um,
How the fuck? How does that even happen? How does a studio put X amount of dollars into a movie and then just play it in theaters and then be like, nah, that doesn't need to go further than that?
this was like an indie film though, so they made it for like 100 grand or something. And
Hey man, that's still a hundo, man. That's still a hundo grand.
I'd imagine they've got their money back by now because it's kind of like a cult classic now. It's about like a dead rock star's grave, and on the anniversary of his death, William H Macy's like a security guard and shit, and they have to protect it. It's pretty funny.
Huh. That sounds kind of interesting. Is it still on Netflix?
No idea. No idea.
No idea. All right, so my number three is a little all right movie. My number three is Lincoln Lawyer. This came out a few years ago.
Oh yeah, Lincoln Lawyer. I've never seen that.
It's good, dude. Matthew McConaughey, William H Macy, like it's pretty good. It was probably the first movie that Matthew McConaughey did where he was like, yeah, maybe enough with the trash, you know? Maybe I should do. This was like the one that launched his current career that he's strutting through.
Good movies.
Yeah, like fucking what was it? What was it? The Dallas Buyers Club and shit, man. Even Interstellar, I think, is pretty good.
Mud was amazing. I love Mud.
Mud's fantastic. I love Mud. But yeah, this was kind of what started the whole Matthew McConaughey, and now has enough money to do only good movies, like whatever the fuck he wants. He's done his trash, and this is the first one, and it's fantastic. It's really quite good.
Okay, I've never seen that. I should probably watch it at some point, but you never know.
Oh,
a lot of movies up there. My number three, my favorite Harrison Ford movie, Air Force One, baby. You ever seen Air Force One?
You know what? Like, I feel like I have, but like a really long time ago when I was a kid.
Yeah, it came out in '97. It's been on. It's one of those ones that's on TV a lot, so you may have caught like some of it. It's your dad might have been watching.
It's kind of like it was like the presumed innocent era Harrison Ford.
Yeah. It was '90s Ford, so he was kind of like doing thrillers.
So he was somewhere between Indiana Jones and Being a Million.
It was after all of his big action roles, and then he was just doing thrillers. So he plays like the president on an airplane that gets hijacked, and he's a fucking badass. And William H Macy's in it too. He's like a general or something. It's great. Oh, and Gary Oldman's the bad guy.
William H Macy is a general. I am in.
Gary Oldman plays the bad guy. Russian. There's some Russians and shit in it. It's great.
I like where this is going.
Absolutely great. 5 out of 5. I love Air Force One.
Are you saying you said that's you said that's your favorite Harrison Ford movie of all time, right?
Oh yeah.
Are you saying that's better than The Last Crusade?
Yeah, 100%.
I can't accept that something is better than The Last Crusade.
Is The Last Crusade your favorite Indiana Jones movie?
Dude, it's so good. Like, it's so good, dude. Like, the scenes with Harrison Ford and Sean Connery. Like, how good of a duo is that? Dude, Last Crusade's incredible. I do
love that movie, but do you think it's better than Raiders?
Oh, I think it's better than Raiders. I think shit's close, but I think it's better than Raiders.
Okay. Well,
I like The Last Crusade a lot.
It's a good movie. It is a really good movie. Yeah. Sean Connery doesn't hurt the film, that's for sure.
My number two is a little William H. Macy movie that you might have heard. Also has Tobey Maguire. This is called Pleasantville. You ever seen Pleasantville?
Yeah, no, never seen it.
It's interesting. It's like, it's kind of silly. It's a silly concept. Tobey Maguire is like some, kid, and then he gets sucked into a 1950s TV show, and William H. Macy is like the classic 50s dad, like, oh boy, son, did you get your homework done? Like it's really fun. It's a really fun watch. I don't think it's that long either. I think it's like 90 minutes or something.
124 minutes. I'm looking at it right now.
Okay, maybe it's 2 hours, but you know what? Those 2 hours fly, dude, because it's so much fun to watch, and the concept's just kind of neat.
Yeah,
the concept's just kind of neat.
Yeah, I've heard good things. I've never seen it personally, but yeah, maybe I'll check it out. A lot of movies out there, though.
Yeah. Well, 100,000 movies out there, Colby. 100,000 movies.
At least every year, I think.
Can't all have William H. Macy in them.
My number 2. Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch were a big influence on this movie. This is Boogie Nights.
Ooh, Boogie Nights. See, I almost put this on my list, but I actually vetoed it because I think it's just been too long since I've actually seen it to actually, warrant putting it on my list. I do remember it being a great movie, but it's been so long since I've seen it. You know what I mean?
My boy. Yeah, I get it. But
yeah.
It's my boy Paul Thomas Anderson, so.
Yeah, and Paul Thomas Anderson, he does some good shit. William H. Macy and Marky Mark, where can you go wrong with that cast? I should rewatch it. To be honest, I didn't even remember William H. Macy was in it. Burt Reynolds. I like. Oh, dude, I do like this cast. I remember Hoffman being in it. I don't remember Reynolds though.
Mm-hmm.
Burt Reynolds is awful, dude.
Yeah, but like in Boogie Nights. Perfect. He's perfect for it.
In a Paul Thomas Anderson movie. My number 1. Are you ready for it?
Yep.
My number 1 William H. Macy movie of all time? Jurassic Park 3. Best movie he's ever done. No, I'm just fucking with you. My number one is Fargo.
It's gotta be Fargo, right?
It's gotta be fucking Fargo, dude. I remember you and we watched this movie in high school, and we liked it so much that we did reenactments of it. Do you remember that?
Fargo is my number 1 because it's amazing.
Yeah, it's real fucking good. And everyone's good in it. That's the thing. And it's nothing but good characters. Although I do love William H. Macy, I don't think he is the best actor in the movie. Gotta give love to my boy Steve Buscemi.
You got Buscemi in a movie. You can use him right.
Yeah.
It's real good.
Yeah, that's what the Coen brothers did here. Is they were just like, hey, we got Buscemi, and they're like, write the fuck out of his character. And they wrote the fuck out of his character, and then they gave him the script, and they're like, Steve, act the fuck out of this character. So he acted the fuck out of that character.
Yeah. Weird eyes, though. Weird eyes.
weird eyes. But there's just so many parts that I can think of that I really like. The Steve Buscemi getting put into a wood chipper, and
that's so good.
Burying the money in that random location that nobody ever finds. And William H. Macy's father-in-law trying to take the law into his own hands and then getting shot. There's so much good that happens in Fargo.
Movie here. Probably move on to the next movie here.
Yeah, let's do it. Speaking of William H. Macy stars in this fucking trash bucket. We're talking earlier about shitty movies with William H. Macy. We talked about Marmaduke, and I mentioned Shorts. This is Jurassic Park 3.
What year was Jurassic Park? 2001.
2001.
So it's right on it's right after he did all that good shit, because Air Force One, Colin Fitz, and whatever, Boogie Nights was 97, Fargo was 96. Right off the tail of that, flying into some fucking Jurassic Park 3.
Jurassic Park 3. But here's the thing, is that I do want to stick up for Jurassic Park 3 in a couple of respects. Number one, in Jurassic Park: The Lost World, it feels like everything, like all dinosaurs were CG and it looked like crap. Whereas I felt here it was mostly CG, but they did do a little bit of practical effects as well,
Yeah, not
and that
enough
didn't
though.
look too. Yeah, not enough, not enough. CG, like this was some classic 2001
Oh
CG.
god, it's so bad, dude.
It's like it's so weird watching the third movie of a trilogy and not
Holds
like
up the worst.
yeah, it holds up the worst. Um, I think visually it was better than Jurassic Park 2, but the story in this one, oh boy, it's like they didn't even try. It's like
Yeah,
they didn't
because I
even
like the
fucking try.
first I feel like the first 2/3 of this second one, but this one I don't like any of it. So
And it's weird because I always think to myself, like, I really like the Jurassic Park universe, and that's why, I'm kind of optimistic about Jurassic World. It could be all right. But then I realize there's no movie in the Jurassic Park universe other than the original film that I actually like. There's no depiction of that universe outside the original film that I think is worthy of the original film.
true.
And
The
and
first one's like
Jurassic,
an amazing film, so I get it. But
and that's part of the problem too, is that if Jurassic Park 3 was released under a different name and, slightly tweaked script, it might have been all right. But the fact that it had the Jurassic Park IP attached to it meant that we all had these enormous expectations for what this movie could be. And then guess what? Willie H. Macy with a mustache.
why are you rocking a mustache, bro?
It's definitely there's so many shitty things in this movie.
I remember
Like,
seeing this movie in theaters. Like it's one of the
oh, me
earliest
too.
movies I can remember seeing in theaters. This and like
Yeah, I
Phantom
remember.
Menace and
Terminator 3: Rise of the Machines. I remember that's one of the early ones I saw in
I
theaters.
remember seeing the 1997 re-release of Little Mermaid.
Jesus Christ, dude, really? Fuck, I
Yeah,
can't. The first movie I ever remember seeing
that is the
is.
first movie I remember seeing in theaters because it's the eels. You know the eels? They scared me. I was like
Oh,
four.
right.
I was like 4 when that came out.
Yeah,
Or well,
the first movie I actually remember going to see in theaters was Star Wars Episode 1,
Yeah, I remember
Phantom
that.
Menace, and I saw it in that.
I only remember like 1 minute of it where all the clones are coming over the mountain or whatever. It's the only thing I remember.
I remember like that fucking burnt down, or no, not burnt down, but like closed down fucking theater that there's a subway across from it now. I remember I saw it in that old fashioned as fuck theater.
Oh, wow. I never saw
Yeah,
anything there. That's crazy.
Yeah, I saw Phantom Menace there. It's the only thing I ever saw there, to my recollection.
I've always wanted to buy that and put a bar in it, so it's like a liquor theater.
Oh yeah, and just fucking play movies all the time. Just have like Fight Club on all the time.
Yeah, whatever.
Like you can go to bars and like check out fucking hockey games or UFC or whatever. How about movie bar?
Exactly. Yeah, no.
How about that?
That's exactly what I'm talking about. There is a few around here. There's an indie theater here that you can take liquor in and shit, and it's pretty good. And then in Edmonton, there's that one that has like a full bar on one side of the screen.
Oh fuck! I gotta check that out.
Yeah, you should go to that one. It's awesome. I saw Iron Man 3 there, just smashing beers.
That's fucking awesome. But back to Jurassic Park 3. So for some reason, Sam Neill was no longer busy. Too busy. Like, what was he doing in '97 that he was too busy?
That's unreal that he wasn't in that movie.
But we got Sam Neill back for this one, and basically the idea
really
is
help much though.
Here's one of the weird things that I always wondered about this, because this confused me a little bit, because in Jurassic Park 1, him and that girl, they had like an obvious romantic connection. And
Chadley, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, keep going.
Okay. Yeah, in the first Jurassic Park movie, Sam Neill's character and that girl, they had an obvious romantic connection. And now she's just married with like 4 kids to some dude named Mark, and it's like, okay, that's fine that you did that. I get it. They separated after the whole Jurassic Park fiasco. but why?
Hey, you want to know
What
what
happened?
Sam Neill was doing in '97?
What's that?
He's doing a little movie called Snow White: A Tale of Terror and Event Horizon.
Ah, Event Horizon. I think Event Horizon was like, I think that was one of those movies that was like phenomenally large and then ended up losing the company a lot of money.
Okay,
Um,
never seen it.
kind of like
I know
Water,
it's about space and Lawrence Fishburne is in it, but that's all I know about.
kind of like Waterworld, where it was like they kind of put all their eggs in one basket, and then everyone was like, "Well, that's garbage. No, thank you."
Waterworld's. I think that's making a comeback. I think people are really starting.
I think it. I bet that you know what? Here's the thing: is that Waterworld is a fucking great idea for a movie. Like it's Mad Max. It's literally just Mad Max, but in the ocean.
Reverse, yeah,
Like
it's reverse Mad Max. I actually kind of like that movie. Like, not gonna lie.
Waterworld. I haven't seen it since I was a kid, but I don't know. I remember not thinking it was that bad. You know, I'm sure. And Dennis Hopper's in it. That being said, he was in like he was. Do you know Dennis Hopper was in 40 movies in the 90s? Dude was in 40 movies in the 90s.
Bro, you're in all the movies. Yo,
Dennis Hopper did this.
You were in James Dean's movies. Well, why are you in '90s movies?
What were we talking about? Right, Jurassic Park 3. Is that yeah, that romance connection, they just kind of split up, and that character was just kind of there. Like the girl, it was just kind of there to be like, remember from the
Yeah,
first one?
yeah, that
You
was
know,
fan service. That was bullshit fan service. I agree.
yeah, yeah. And like that's the thing too, is that like this is a 90-minute movie, and for the first 25 minutes, they're not on the island.
It's a tight 90 though.
Yeah, it is a tight 90, and I will say I'm appreciative of that. And I will also
That's the
say
only reason that I would recommend you even try and watch this because it's a tight 90.
there are some scenes in this movie that I actually even really like. For instance, the scene where the Tyrannosaurus Rex fights the Spinosaurus. Okay, that's kind of awesome. It's pretty good.
What was that?
It was the scene where the Spinosaurus fights the Tyrannosaurus Rex and then he cracks
Sure.
his
Yeah,
neck.
that's
That's
pretty
you know
decent.
that's pretty fun.
It's
But there's
memorable.
one
There's some
part.
memorable stuff in it.
But here's the thing: so there's one part of this movie that is the worst thing I've seen in a Jurassic Park movie, and I can't fucking believe it. Like I remember sitting there going, like, are you joking right now? Because I hadn't seen this movie in a decade, right? There's a part where they're looking through shit to find the satellite phone, right? And that's
Yep.
fine. The Spinosaurus ate the shit. Or ate the phone and then it shit out the phone. Fine, that's how it works.
Okay,
Whatever.
sure.
It would have been destroyed by his stomach acids, but whatever, I'm fine with it. But then, a humongous red Tyrannosaurus Rex with a horn pokes his head through, and they're like, everybody freeze! And then the Tyrannosaurus Rex walks away, and that's the last you see of it. Why? Like, if we're gonna have a giant red Tyrannosaurus Rex with a horn, like, fucking have it do some shit. Like, it just pokes its head through the
For
tube.
sure, let it do something.
Yeah. One thing I thought
was an accountant or something. You need another accountant.
I'm kind of a sucker for cute editing, and there was one thing that I thought was kind of cute in this movie, editing wise, and that is they kept cutting back at this one part between them being attacked by the Spinosaurus Rex to a kid watching Barney the dinosaur. I thought, that was cute because Barney the dinosaur, nobody ever equated it to like a vicious man-eating machine. I thought that was cute. That was all right by me. But
yeah, toss that a God bless for sure.
And here's the thing: CG pterodactyls? No thanks.
Fuck that. I remember those specifically. Even though I saw this fucking almost 15 years ago in theaters, the one thing I remember is them walking through, it's a bird cage, and a fucking CG-ass pterodactyls coming down. And even as like a fucking 8-year-old, I was like, look at these fucking bullshit-ass pterodactyls.
Oh yeah, no, it's garbage, dude. It's 100% garbage.
How about Tia Leone? How about no?
I don't dislike Tia Leone, but here's the thing: she's been opposite of every great actor ever, romantically. Spanglish, she was opposite Adam Sandler.
Okay, yeah.
Weatherman, she was opposite Nicolas Cage. And
Yeah.
I don't remember the movie, but there's one movie where she's opposite Jim Carrey, and here she
Okay,
is.
yeah, sure.
The only thing she needs to do now is be opposite Liam Neeson because, like, I feel like William H. Macy one step below Neeson.
Well, she
One
was
step.
also in Bad Boys, right? So
I
that's
think so, yeah. Was that Will
opposite.
Smith? Was she
Yeah.
opposite Will Smith? So yeah, she's romantic. But here's the thing: is she's so underwhelming as an actress.
Yeah,
She's
yeah,
all
yeah.
right, but she's just like she's so plain. She's just the every woman, but like not in a good way, not in a relatable and fun way. It's just an every woman. Like I feel like every mom that took their fucking bratty little shits like me to see this movie was just like, I could do this. Like I could do this role. Come on.
Yeah.
Give it some minge, Tia Leone.
Yuck. No, thank you. I kind of want to. What is that? Or Nick Cage movie?
It's called The Family Man.
Is that any good?
It's called It's all right. I mean, like it's basically it's kind of like a Christmas Carol, I guess, if I had to equate it to something, but it's not quite. It's like greedy old man gets a vision, and then once his vision's over, he's like, I shouldn't be such a greedy asshole.
Hey, here's the thing, Hollywood. No more Christmas carols.
Oh, I'm done, dude. I'm done. I'm donezo. But there's one more
Hey,
thing.
Hollywood. Nah, more Christmas carols. Nah.
Before we move on from Jurassic Park 3, there's another thing that I want to discuss because it is also horse shit. And that is the climax of this movie might be the worst climax I've ever seen in a movie. So basically, they're almost at the shore. They're about to make it. Bum, bum, bum. Raptors circle them. You're like, oh, shit, they're fucked. And then they take out the eggs, and then they, like, make a deal with the Raptors, and then the Raptors just fuck off. Climax. That's the actual climax of the movie. Couldn't believe it.
Yeah, that shit. You know what also is a good scene at the end? When they meet up with the army guys. What the fuck is that?
Yeah, why did they send so many people?
Yo, why is there so many? And like they came out of those tanks that were like underwater. Like that's not real. Like what is that?
They were just making shit up as they went along.
I was fucking the last 20 minutes had me buffalo, dude. I was like, what is even happening in this movie?
Oh, dude, it's something different. So let's go ahead. I'm gonna say even if you love Jurassic Park and you want to see the series, I still say 100% fuck no on Jurassic Park.
It's awful movie.
I'd say even if you're watching the franchise, just literally go from Lost World to Jurassic World.
The Lost World is passable, even though the last 20 minutes is fucking stupid as shit. But
the Lost World comes close to being a decent sequel. Jurassic Park 3 didn't even come close. Not even close, dude.
Like I have the trilogy on Blu-ray, and the only reason I bought that was to watch the first one. And this was the first time I ever cracked open part 3. I don't think
you'll never put it back in.
I would imagine not.
It'll never return to your Blu-ray player, not once in a million years. Okay, so let's I'm saying 100% fuck now. Let's move on to probably what is one of the most spectacular messes I've seen in recent film history. This is called Unfinished Business. So basically,
classic. This is going down as a classic for sure.
So basically, here's the thing: you got 3 one-dimensional characters starting a business together. You got Dave Franco, and here's what pisses me off. Okay, I want to talk about Dave Franco in particular. First things first, is that they sort of make him like this goofy character, and he's just kind of dumb, and you're just kind of laughing at him. And there was actually, a couple of points where he said things that made me laugh, like when, there was some word he didn't understand, and I thought it was hilarious.
That was pretty funny. He might be the only funny character in this movie.
But then 75%, like through the movie, they're like, they just drop the bomb and they're like, oh, by the way, this character's autistic. And you're like, fuck, shit, I'm an asshole now because I've been laughing at him the whole time. Just gonna drop that last minute. Ugh. But Dave Franco was all right. He was all right, you know, pretty funny. Tom Wilkinson. You're old.
That's what I thought were funniest. Had fucking Dave Franco.
Yeah. Tom Wilkinson, you're old. Don't say fuck so much. A lot of fuck words. It was basically like an old pervert, a fucking generic businessman, and an autistic child going on an adventure in Berlin. And I'm like, what the fuck am I even watching here? Like it's unbelievable. And the fact that they try to take these shitty situations that these people have landed in and try to siphon comedy out of it. No, thank you.
No, you're not on board with that.
No, I wasn't on board with pretty much anything. Also, Nick Frost was in this movie. Yo, if you're going to hire Nick Frost, maybe utilize him a bit better. Nick Frost only said business stuff and then some sad stuff.
Well, you got to see his stunt finger though.
Yeah, you got to see his stunt witch finger, which was massive, which was a treat for me. But Nick Frost can do better than this. I think that's the one thing I took away from this. And Tom Wilkinson, what are you doing? What are you doing? You're an Oscar nominated actor. You're very good. You don't need to accept Vince Vaughn movies, dude. Like, if you read a Vince Vaughn script and go, nah, though, you don't have to just be like, yeah. It's
are they are they friends or something? Like, why would he do this? There's no reason for him to do this.
Everyone else in this movie, even fucking like James Marsden is like the bad guy, and fucking Vince Vaughn and Dave Franco. Everyone else makes sense for a movie of this caliber. Sure. Tom Wilkinson doesn't make sense at all. Doesn't make sense at all for him to be cast in this role, even a little bit. Like, this seems like something like Alan Arkin might do. Like, Alan Arkin maybe.
I think he might be too old, though.
Alan Arkin, he's definitely knocking, dude. He's knocking on death's door. Like,
he's tapping.
It's anything but fucking Tom Wilkinson. It doesn't make sense, dude.
Tight 90 minutes, for sure.
It felt longer than that, though, dude. Because, like, a lot happened, but not in a good way. Like, they were just trying to cram a bunch of jokes down our face
there's almost no plot, really.
And you know what? Some of the jokes are even a little bit outdated. Like, the whole, like, going into a gay bar and every dude sticks his dick through a glory hole. And it's like, hey, maybe you could have got away with this joke in, like, 99.
That's the perfect setup for Dave Franco to handshake a dick. That's like,
yeah, I mean, I guess. And he put a dick on his mouth too.
Yeah, he kissed a dick. Kissed a finger.
Kissed a dick. That was probably the only finger in the movie. But like, even like the gay jokes with like the gay festival and stuff, like maybe in 1999, not 2015. Little bit, a little bit. What's the word I'm looking for? Politically incorrect. There was a lot of things in this movie that were like that too. There was one joke that I didn't laugh, but it just made me physically uncomfortable. Is when he finds out that the girl, like his competitor, was also trying to get this this person's business, and then Vince Vaughn says, "So what, you guys came together?" And she goes, "No, I came first, and then he came on my face." Not a joke, just something that makes people uncomfortable. Just uncomfortable words.
Yeah, I found that a lot. There's like a lot of things that seemed like setups, but then there was absolutely no punchline, and you're like, what is going on?
And even sometimes there was one in particular that I can remember. There was one that in particular I can remember where they said the punchline first, and then they just said a generic line and then ended the scene. It was when Dave Franco was with that Japanese guy in the ball, and he comes up, and Vince Vaughn goes, hey, next time you want to go on a bender and, hop in a bubble and wrestle with a Japanese businessman, there's your punchline. Let one of your colleagues know. Line, cut, scene, done. Why did you, maybe, hey, let one of us know next time you want to wrestle. Like it's literally, it would have taken 5 seconds to just reverse those two like sentence fragments. Like the writing is god awful. There are people, like, I don't know who wrote this, but it seems like people who aren't familiar with comedy writing. Like, I almost wonder if this was written by like just like an avid South Park fan or something. Somebody who was just like,
I can't tell you who this was written by. This was Steve Conrad of Secret Life of Walter Mitty, Pursuit of Happiness, Identity Theft, The Weatherman, and The Promotion.
See, like, 2 of those are good. I like Pursuit of Happiness, and I like Weatherman, as I mentioned earlier. But Identity Thief, man, that shit makes sense.
That explains a lot, really.
Yeah, it really does. This dude wrote Identity Thief. Like, he was just sad sitting down that he didn't have any fat lady jokes to make. So he's like, guess I'll make some old dude saying fuck and autistic kid jokes. Okay. Sure.
It also makes sense if you've ever seen The Promotion. That's a Sean William Scott, John C. Reilly movie where it's
okay.
There's literally no jokes in that movie.
I've seen it, but it was like when it first came out. So I think I rented that from like Roger's Video once, and I don't remember anything about it.
There might not be a single joke in that movie.
Might not be a single joke. So I'm saying Unfinished Business, 100% fuck no, especially if you like comedy. Like 100% fuck no. If you like comedy, literally, this might be one of the least funny movies, including every drama and horror movie I've ever seen. I laughed one time at the part where Dave Franco didn't know. I can't even remember the word now. I remember it being funny, but that was the only funny part.
Mm-hmm.
Garbage.
I think the last Vince Vaughn movie I saw was pretty good. I can't remember what it was called.
He did a movie called The Internship recently, which I thought was all right. I thought that
was okay, but it wasn't. That's not what I was. Delivery Man. I thought Delivery Man was pretty good.
Oh, Delivery. I actually think Delivery Man's great. I think Delivery Man's great. But one thing I do want to mention about The Internship is that there was a similar concept in this movie where it was just like,
it kind of felt like that actually.
Yeah, it almost felt like I remember sitting there thinking, I think I've seen this movie. In fact, I have seen this movie. It's The Internship.
That's the thing about this movie is it's so Vince Vaughn-y that it just feels like a movie you've already seen.
But that being said, no matter how shitty of a movie Vince Vaughn is, I think I'm always gonna kind of like Vince Vaughn. I don't know. I think Vince Vaughn's all right in my book.
I do like Vince Vaughn. I actually do like Vince Vaughn. It's just I don't know. He's done some bad shit, but he's done enough good shit though. I think it's kind of like evens out.
I like Vince Vaughn in every movie except for Lost World. And I don't know why, but I think he's just such a fucking fuck in Lost World that it's hard to enjoy. So we're running out of time here, and there's a couple more things I wanted to run through here. I want to do some trailer trash.
Yeah.
There were some good trailers out this week. Number 1, Hunger Games. The Hunger Games are going to be finally ending. We can put that one to rest.
Could we hurry up and kill that series? Like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I agree. Here's the thing is I'm hopeful that this last movie is going to be good because I have read those books, and here's the thing. Hunger Games, what is this even called? Mockingjay. Mockingjay Part 1 used up the first 30 pages of the book. So Mockingjay Part 2
like 120 pages.
No, the book is like 300 pages, and like it's literally the like intro. The first movie, you could read the first movie in 15 minutes. Like that's how
it seemed like it was. That's how thin the script was. So
yeah, it was paper thin, paper thin. We got my boy Philip Seymour Hoffman going to be in this joint. It's going to be the last movie he's ever going to be in. So I'm excited to see that.
Was he in though?
I don't know. I think there were some scenes cut.
He didn't finish it, so.
No, he was in the middle of it when when he passed away. So we can expect to see some Philip Seymour Hoffman, not a lot. In this trailer, Woody Harrelson is rocking like the longest hair I've ever seen, and for sure, stop it. Elizabeth Banks, of course, is returning. Where Natalie Dormer will be back in it. What's his name? Josh Hutcherson is going to be in it.
Yeah, I don't care about any of those people. I just want to see J Law run around. I don't care. The movies are garbage. They're bad.
It's gonna be the final Hunger Games. Like that's all it's really. It's gonna be exactly down to a T what we expect it to be.
The problem with these fucking young adult movies is they stretch them out so long. I'm just so goddamn exhausted by the last one. It's like I just don't care. I felt the same way about Harry Potter. The last few, I was so goddamn exhausted. It's like there's too many. There's just too many.
See, I was the opposite with Harry Potter, but I think that's because I don't know. I really liked Harry Potter, and
well, that was our fucking generation of fucking books.
Yeah, teen novels. Yeah, absolutely. And I could rewatch that franchise any day and still have a lot of fun with every single individual film. I
don't disagree. I'm just saying, by the time those last two or three came out, I was so tired of that shit that they just.
Yeah, I guess Harry Potter kind of started at the exact same time as Lord of the Rings. And I would say there's probably more content in Lord of the Rings, and they wrapped that up in like 3 years.
Exactly.
Yeah. I do get what you're saying. It was a little bit exhausting, fucking pumping it. And they kept putting the movies off too. Because at first, when they first started doing it, it was like every November. One every November. But then it was like, oh shit, we got to push this movie back like 8 months. So now there's going to be one every 20 months. And then by the time they're supposed to be 18 at the end, and it's like, yo, you're like tipping on 30 now, bro.
Daniel Radcliffe, you're 40. What are you doing?
But another trailer that I really want to talk about, and it's the reason that I brought this up today, and I'm sure you know what it is. New trailer for Spectre.
Oh, hell yeah. I haven't seen it yet.
Fuck. Oh, dude, holy fuck. The second this podcast is done, it's really good. It's so good, dude. It's generally the same idea as the first trailer. It's like the first 30 seconds is the first trailer that we've already seen. And then, bam, we see fucking explosions. We see car chases. Bond is like fucking a bitch. And he's fucking skiing on a fucking helicopter.
I'm watching it right now. It's amazing. I skipped that.
You're watching it. You're watching it as we speak.
Yeah. No, keep talking. Don't mind me.
We didn't. I would have liked to seen some more from Christoph Waltz, but I feel like that's something that they're gonna keep quiet. Keep quiet until the actual release of the movie. That sort of like what they did with Khan in Star Trek.
Shadowy. He's shadowy.
I feel like you could, similar to like the Batman photo, you could go into Photoshop.
That was pretty good.
Right. Yeah, it's a pretty good trailer, right? It's gonna be the best. It's gonna be the best movie of the year. We've got so many blockbusters. For sure. There's so many blockbusters coming out this year. Like it's actually insane. 2 Avengers movies, fucking Mad Max, Star Wars, James Bond. It's a blockbuster heavy year. Like it's a heavy year, and next year's gonna be heavy too. And it's pretty much gonna be heavy from here on out because Marvel and DC are just going to be pumping, just jerking them out like every 3 months or whatever.
Yeah, well,
I guess there'll be every 2 months at least there'll be a comic book movie out.
Yeah, that's a little overwhelming for me, but that's cool, I guess. I want to see Ant-Man, and then after that, I'm kind of a little cooler on what's coming out.
I feel like. Even though I really liked Age of Ultron, I feel like pretty soon I'm going to be burnt out of Avengers. Like I'm going to be burnt right the fuck out.
I'm pretty close.
Yeah. Well, I think that's probably a good place to
especially since we just watched like 20 of them on this show. Like,
yeah,
it's hard for me to get excited for more of those.
It's just kind of like I get that the story's going to progress, but I don't care anymore.
Well, that's great show. Great show.
Great podcast.
What are we watching next week? Why don't we just put that out there?
Next week we're going to be watching Into the Woods. That's a little Meryl Streep and Johnny Depp musical. I'm a big fan of musicals. I know that Colby is not. That'll be interesting. We're going to watch The Voices. We're going to watch The Voices. I guess that's a Ryan Reynolds flick. And then, of course, our Jurassic Park film of the week next week is going to be Jurassic World starring Chris Pratt. Dude, I'm so excited to see him Raptor Train. It's going to be like, it's either going to be really good or it's going to be a fucking mess. And it's going to be glorious to watch how awful it is.
All right. Well, see you guys next